It's been, a year, a little bit over a year, but that happens since you came back home. You went out adventuring with loot and heart and mind, and to see the world at large, gather gold, travel the stars. Well, not travel the stars, but travel by them. And now you've returned to your sleepy little port town. Uh, yeah, it. You guys each have, well over, 1,000 platinum on hand. You're very, well off from this long year laden with gold and treasure that you've converted into platinum from those jewels for the ease of travel,
Yep.
of course. Uh, and as you dock and land, uh, people, come out and like, ah, as they're happy and glad to see two of the adventurers of the city have returned home. And
Mm-hmm.
it's it helps that you know you guys are
Very distinct looking.
yeah, and got a lot of money on you,
That too.
which will be very useful for buying things from the town. As the Sleepy Port Village is, the influx of gold is going to be huge. Uh, yeah, this is your old hometown. You can, uh, hmm, yeah, Roland. You can even see your old. You can see your auntie.
Hello.
Yeah, she's off in the distance, and you wave hello, uh, and she starts coming towards and like, "Oh dear me! Oh, Bonmont Roland, how was your year?"
It's been tough, but I'm okay.
Eventful. But
Oh, that's lovely. Anything else? Do you want to tell your old auntie?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Drink a beer.
I'll be at the orphanage.
okay.
You should go see your grandma, Bonman, when you get the chance.
All right. How's she doing?
Yeah. Oh, last I saw, she was doing quite fine.
That's good to hear.
She's over by the pastures, handling the sheep.
All right.
Yes. The town, there's quite a few townsfolk very happy to see you guys and offering deals. Hey, Roland, you want some of this? Bonman. They're offering food, armor, and other items, of course, to entice you to spend money.
PHP.
Yes, you both have 1,000 platinum for spending. Feel if you want to say you have something, you're free to say you have it as long as it's from the PHP.
Okay.
Okay.
Time to get me some full plate.
Yeah.
I linked to it.
I like how you're just gonna immediately go for the full plate.
Yeah.
Get that full plate.
I need to be able to withstand as much as possible.
Yeah. That's 150 platinum.
Is that Vuvuzela or something in the background?
I think that was from Ty. Ty's got a Vuvuzela to cheer you guys on.
Okay. Alright, so then that brings that up to a solid 20. Oh, what else? What else is good? What else is good? Just trying to think.
Yeah, you guys are in one of those situations where you have a lot of money and a lot of time on your hands. Yeah, you can get some outfit with some full plate as you're spending your time. Yeah, it's a very light, cheerful day. The sound, the people celebrating, you know, festivals up in the air. You guys made it back for the Harvest Festival.
All right.
Yeah.
What do we know about the heart?
You made it back every year for the Harvest Festival. It's a Harvest Festival.
Alrighty.
You know, there's a bunch of animals that are going to be slaughtered. Some of them are going to be dried for meats for the city. Others are going to be just, eaten right now. You know, the organ meats, etc. So it's a lot of, you know, roasting, barbecuing, pulling up some plants, etc. It's, you're from a small town, so it's a whole community effort for this, but it's a whole community effort that everyone's willing to participate in because after it's all done, everybody makes out like a bandit with a big feast.
Yup.
A big, delicious feast. And you guys made it back at just the perfect time too. So there's also a lot of money to come into the community at the same time. And that's something that's worth its weight in gold. Yes. Which is definitely making everybody incredibly excited.
I'm curious, there's like a bank or something where we can put our money, or not really?
Not really. It's not a big enough town.
And that is the sound of the race to begin.
Yes. Everyone, please remember to pack your bags and prepare for the adventure and sportsmanship throughout the city. Roland and Beaumont, as you guys are moving about and handling things, your auntie has gone back to the orphanage to take care of things there. Beaumont, you're approached by a person.
What kind of person?
He's a shorter dwarf man. You recognize him as Jeff. He's one of the armor smiths in town.
All right. You kind of broke up when saying the name. Sounded like you said Jeff.
Jeb.
Jeb. So kind of like Jeb Bush.
Jeb.
Okay.
Yes.
So he has a lot of energy in him. Got it.
Ah, yes, it's you. Match energy.
Alright. I think it's time for an upgrade. It's gonna go full plate now.
Oh, yes, I understand. You need that full plate.
Considering how...
No!
Yeah. It's the damnedest thing. In all these adventures, I'm always wading right into the enemies. Either that or just running right through them. Damnedest thing, isn't it?
Well, you're a centaur, it fits.
Yep.
Good to have you back again.
Yeah, how things?
What's your plans after the festival?
Let's see. During the festivals, maybe spend time with Grandma. If there are any interesting games or competition to compete in. After that, probably go back to adventuring.
Oh,
There's
that's
always
it. Oh.
somebody that needs somebody to go in and find something, or to hunt something, or whatever. How about you?
Same old. Make weapons, use the money for the family and whatnot.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, nothing super ostentatious as of yet. Just make the most of it.
Yep. Alright then. I plop down the 150 platinum for some plate mail, full plate.
Yeah, okay. All right. This will take me a bit, but I'll have it done to you by tomorrow.
Alrighty then. That's good. I'll be in the morning then.
Have a nice one.
You too. And head off to Grandma.
Yay, Grandma. What are you doing, Jim Pan? Who are you?
I just think beer.
You're doing what, the deer?
Beer.
Beer. Okay. Jim Pan is getting drunk.
He's gonna start a
The
tavern
half-orc is
brawl,
at the
probably.
bar.
Yeah.
Always a good sign. Yeah. Okay. So you're just getting drunk at the tavern?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Um,
Okay. Let's see. Roland, you're getting drunk fast today. You're getting out of it, you know. You're tanking hard, man, and it's like
You're drinking a
ooh.
lot faster than you usually do.
Yeah. I haven't been drinking in a long time.
Good point. He hasn't drunken enough, so he's forgotten his resistance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, that's the entire point. Get drunk at the party. Woo woo. So that's what he's doing. You go to see your grandme, your Mima. You can see a centaur shepherding some sheep. They're setting some of the older sheep to be made into mutton.
Yup.
They're getting some of them because it's still relatively early in the day, and she's helping with that. Oh, how are you doing, boy man?
Hey, Grandma, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Just helping out a bit with the pasture.
Need a hand?
Oh, that would be lovely, dear.
Alrighty then. What do you need done?
Oh, if you can just herd some of the younger sheep away. We're not using any of the lambs right now. We already got all the lambs we need for the festival. So if you could help herd them away.
Alrighty. Alright, I'll get on that. Anything else?
Oh, I don't think there's anything I need of you, dear. That's very thoughtful of you, though.
Yeah. Anyway. How's Grandpa doing?
Oh, bless his soul. He's doing just fine.
That's good to hear. Yeah. Last I saw, he definitely was definitely getting up there. Is he still at least putting up the good fight?
Oh, yes, he's doing quite good as he's handling the barbecue.
Nice.
Yes. So you can probably find him down by the smokehouse.
Nice. Alright then.
You'll be good now.
Will do. And then he hugs his grandma.
Oh, thank you, kind for dear. She hugs you back.
And once that's done, I start herding the sheep. Herding the lamb.
You can make me an animal handling to herd sheep.
Thank God this is something I have as proficient. Do I do it with a 23?
Yes, you spend an hour herding sheep.
Excellent.
It is a exhilarating experience as you run around herding sheeps. All the sheepies. Beep, bleep.
Beep, beep. Alright. Once they're all herded up, I'm gonna go head down to the smokehouse.
Yeah.
Also, as I'm getting closer to the smokehouse, can I at least start smelling the barbecue, or is it not quite at that point yet?
Yes, you can start smelling the
All right.
barbecue.
How's it smell?
Roasted delicious.
Hey, yeah. Alright then. So I start heading to the smokehouse. Go see Grandpa.
That's a good choice. Go see your grandpa. He'll be glad to see you.
Out
Totally.
of curiosity, is the tavern at all near the smokehouse? If so, do I hear the sounds of a bar
No,
fight?
it's near. Oh, gentlemen, what are you doing? How drunk are you gonna go? How drunk are you gonna go?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so not blackout.
That's blackout. Not
Okay.
drunk.
Okay, so half blackout.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you'll not hear anything, but there's definitely people talking about how Roland is very, very drunk and already causing troubles. So yeah, you could go investigate if you wanted to.
I think I will. After seeing Grandpa.
Okay, good choice. You go to see Grandpa, and well, first up, uh, he's a bit, wizened, grayed, and he looks at you. Oh, Toma, Borma, Go, Boomy, it's my grandson, Boomy. Oh,
Let's go up to Grandpa and give him a hug.
Boomy, I missed you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's adventuring. Helps bring in the money.
It, I 100% believe you.
Say, need a hand around here?
Oh, heavens no, Boomy. Where is your friends?
Let's see. Knowing Roland, he's probably either at a bar, either trying to outdrink most of the tavern patrons, or trying to arm wrestle them into submission. Possibly both at the same time.
Boomy. And what about you? What are you doing?
Just go on out and spread the word of Tempest. And as we go on our adventures, and Tempest has watched over and ensured that we've always managed to come back.
That's lovely, Boomy. So proud of you on that.
Yeah. Anyway, Grandma says hello.
Oh, yes. I understand.
Yep. Stuff smells delicious as always.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on it all day.
Mm-hmm. It smells good. Can't wait to have some.
This thick scent of slow roasted mutton, the connective tissue breaking down, and the crackle of some skin and whatnot fills the air. It's an intoxicating, insatiable scent.
Yep.
It radiates out through the room. You should go check on your friend.
Yep.
Noland.
Will do. I'll go check on Roland. Have a good one, Grandpa.
You too, Boomy. Be safe.
And may Tempest watch over you.
Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha ha.
Alright. With that, I head to the bar.
Yeah,
tavern.
Boomy's going to the bar. Pete Boomy's going to the bar. Let's go to the bar. Take him out. What? Anyways, yeah. You see Roland currently half drunk. Roland, what have you been doing since you're half drunk?
Drinking, arm wrestling, and maybe gambling.
All things that are good to do. If you want, you can make a check to be gambling.
And what check is that?
You'll be rolling your wisdom at disadvantage.
Unless you have somehow
Wisdom.
unless you have sleight of hand.
That would be cheating at gambling. That's different than just gambling.
Oh. Wisdom.
Oh my. Yeah. Let's see how much money you lose. It's only 68 platinum. Only 680 gold. A small fortune.
Yep.
It's great. Yeah. And you're very out of it and very drunk. And that's when Broman, you walked in. And I can see you currently betting and gambling away and it not going great.
Out of curiosity, like, what kind of game is it? Like dice, cards?
He's playing cards at the moment.
Is there like an open seat? Well, open floor part next to
Yeah.
Roland? Okay.
Yeah.
You get next to him and sit down next to him.
Hello.
Hello, Roland. How's the
Hello, Bon.
how the cards treating you?
Shit. Very badly.
Yeah. You want to get a drink? Or are you good on that?
Yeah.
All right. I stand up and try to help Roland get to his feet and bring him back to the bar.
That's a good
And
choice.
I'll have a couple drinks as well.
Okay, make a con save as you're getting crunked as well.
I only said a couple.
As you're getting drunk as well on booze, make a con save.
17.
You can still get drunk. You're fine. You're just tipsy.
Alrighty. So that'd probably be like 3 or actually, considering his size, that's probably close to 10 beers.
But you're a horse.
So it's spending more time in the digestive system. Though, wait, never mind.
Yeah.
That's a cow I'm thinking of with the four stomachs.
I'm a cow. That's the secret Bud doesn't want to reveal. His lower half is a cow, not a horse.
Well, that make him a part bull. A very strange minotaur creature thing. All right. So, as we're drinking, how much time would you say has passed for like the amount that's been done? Like an hour or two?
Wandering around the city, seeing some people, talking to stuff, helping with the herding, and getting as drunk as both of you currently are. It's been a good 4 hours since you got to the city, and you guys got in early in the morning, maybe 9 a.m. So it's now it's a little past noon, 1 area. The festival's in full swing. It's going to be going now for the rest of the day, up until deep into the night. Everybody was doing the bit of work before they would fully celebrate, and now it's those people that were working are just straight up celebrating. The scent of meat is filling the air outside, flooding it in a spiced goodness as mutton is, being set up in various stands. Wool was just being given out to people that need it for various things. Wheat, buns, pastries, and more. Line stalls outside the bar that you guys are sitting in, all along the main street, as music is flaring up. Bands shouting and cheering as the whole thing descends into a lovely uh, tinger of just delightful music.
Neat.
Yep.
You want some?
Hell yeah. Let's get some barbecue.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
go to
guess.
Grandpa's stand and order some barbecue.
Grandma was just helping everybody barbecue. So you don't have to go anywhere. You can just,
Exist and the barbecue will come to you.
yes, it's everywhere. Everybody was working on it. Woo! It's wonderful. It's amazing. There's barbecue everywhere. Delicious, delicious mutton barbecue.
Yep. So, like, what kind of like games or competitions are we seeing at the festival? Like races, archery things, stuff like that.
So of course there's there's a few javelin tosses set up for the javelin toss. There's also the archery competition. There's the hunting competition. As you guys are going about doing stuff, you guys notice one of the other adventurers that was from this town that was out. He just went in a different route than you guys. Some elf. He kind of is drunkenly stumbling off into the side. He's kind of completely out of it.
Okay, so he's just stumbling about, blind drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he drunk to the point
yeah.
where I can basically smell the booze coming off him?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're pretty far off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Roland's getting to that point too, to be fair.
I've maintained some degree of sobriety. I basically stick with Roland at least until he can start walking again.
Yep. There's also, of course, some stone toss competitions. There's a few others. There's some herding competitions. Command a dog to herd some animals. You have to bring your own dog.
Well, we don't have that, so can't do much.
Yeah. But yeah, you could do all the other like throwing thing competitions and more, as everything is, wild and wacky and wavy and more. They are filled with the energy of contestants and competition, as people hoot and holler and cheer. And a lot of drunkenness.
I'm gonna hazard a guess that there's probably no races happening.
What? Why would you assume that there's no racism
It's not
happening?
racism. I mean races like, track relay type races.
No, there isn't any. You're right. There are no races happening.
Yeah, because I somehow think I would dominate that at a speed of 50.
Probably. Hard to say.
Yep. Alright. So, you up for some stone tossing or javelin chucking?
Yeah. I'm up for it. Absolutely.
Yep. We just do this and we go back to drinking and just laugh our asses off like every year.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, every year.
Right. So, I think I'll head to the javelin toss.
I follow.
You're going to the javelin toss?
Yep.
Good choice. Make me some roll. To be doing that javelin tossing.
Alright, so that'll be strength plus... Okay. Okay, there we go. Strength plus perception. Okay. Yeah,
Exactly.
this is obviously not using my Warhammer, but it uses the same rolls. So, basically, I threw a javelin with a 17.
Yeah. perception check.
Oh, roll perception? Okay.
Yeah, also make me a perception check, both of you.
Me too. Or
It will all make sense in time. Yay, okay. Yeah. Or also make a perception check.
uh,
Yeah, Roland is too drunk to notice anything.
Wait.
Lamani knows nothing. Okay, I'm gonna just let's see. How are you guys doing compared to, let's just say there's 2d12 other competitors. So let's compare. There's 5 other competitors. So how are they doing compared to you guys? Okay. So the first few tosses, uh, it's with Roland's 22, Beaumont, you're a 17. Beaumont, you're currently in 4th, and Roland is in 2nd, and currently
Hmm.
as half the people get eliminated in the first round because they do well but not that well, and thus it's down to you guys. And going to the second round, make another check
All right.
as you go up and ready your javelins as the
okay.
yes.
Ah.
Okay. So the first time the one guy threw his and got it dead center, and this time he's a little bit further out, so he gets negative 2 points. But Roland, you get it almost at center both times, which means you have him currently tied, whereas
I
Bonmont,
have a good grouping.
yeah, so 21. Okay, so 4. And Beaumont, you are 1 point shy of the other guy, so you get 4th, but he gets 3rd. But yeah, you did it. Yeah, it was just that close. As your first javelin and second javelin were both near center, and his first javelin was super near center, and his second one was a bit further out. So
Okay.
the points just don't add up for you. As Roland goes into the final round, make that last shot, Roland. Can the NPC keep rolling above a 19? No, he not wants it. He whips it and it goes right over the target. He's like, shit. Which sadly spells Roland's victory as he gets first place in the competition.
I'm the best.
Seems I owe you a couple of drinks.
Get him more drunk.
I can't see
More
anything.
drunk.
I can't see any bad thing
What's
that
the
could
worst
happen.
that could happen?
It's not like as a barbarian he can like
Already, Grandpa's somewhere in amongst all this doing things.
mm-hmm.
It's very, very lively and the music is pumping as everybody's cheering. Somebody approaches you. I have hey I feel, hey, have you seen
Scene.
Is the person alive, or do they pass out standing up?
this half elf lady's asking you?
Have we seen who?
uh Theo, you're pretty sure is the name of that elf that you saw earlier. This half elf's half sister. If you remember correctly, he's Theo and she's Theodora. So they're technically both Theo.
Yeah, it's like we saw him a little bit ago. He was heading in that direction. I kind of point to where he was drunkenly stumbling about.
When? Okay. Was that before the javelin
That was
toss
before.
or
That was
during
before.
it? Okay, so that's about the same time I saw him. Can you help me look for him? He's kind of wandered off, and I haven't been able to find him.
Sure. I can give a hand. Roll it.
Oh, that'll be... where he wandered off to.
Alright. So we head to the direction that we last saw him.
What? Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty.
Da da da.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, so, like, how to phrase what I'm thinking. Like, as he was walking by, were there, like, other buildings or anything he was walking by, or was it kind of like him going into, like, a field type thing?
He was stumbling out into a field. But maybe he stumbled back into town.
Alright.
You'd have to look for him.
Yep. I'm just trying to think. Check what I want for this. Alright. Let's go look for him. I suspect we're going to have a little bit of trouble finding him. So, you know what? Basically, I'm going to cast a guidance spell on both, me and Roland. So, for me, I gain a +1 to, like, whatever next search check I'll be doing. And you also get a 1. Okay.
Okay.
And these are cantrips, so I can use these whenever I want. So, alright. We'll head to the field, and I will start... You know what? I'm thinking using a survival check to, like, maybe see, like, if there's, like, any instances where it looks like the underbrush got disturbed, like somebody moving through it, and stuff like that.
Is it nature? Or
Actually, would that be nature or survival?
That would be nature.
Oh, shit.
I can do that as well. I can do that nature.
Survival would
I think-
be also used for it as well. Both work.
I'll go with survival because I have points in that. So add 1 to my roll. So a 25.
But yeah, you can both make it.
Survival.
Alright.
Good. Yes.
What do I divine with a 25?
Yeah, as Roland's like, this way, as you drag Roland, like, no, Roland, not that way, this way.
Why do I get the picture? Why am I picturing the idea that basically Roland's just like, I'm carrying Roland on my back, and he's like, lifting his head up to try and point, then going back down.
Because that's half of what's happening. Theo's like, okay, so if he went this way, based on what you're saying, okay. As you guys head out, he must have hopped a fence and just wandered into a field. And kept wandering. And as you guys are going, you hear the shout out of, and it's the 100th annual Harvest Festival. Bernard, make me a charisma save, and Roland, make the same as well.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Eller charisma.
Roland, you're a bit drunk, but that doesn't sound right to you. Wasn't it when you guys headed out? Wasn't it only the 25th, maybe 75th? That doesn't sound right. Are you just forgetting because you're that drunk, or did somebody make a mistake when they set up this spell that was supposed to announce it through the alarm? The alarm spell to announce so the entire city could hear the announcement as the celebration is plays the mayor's pre-recorded message of celebration and jubilations about how amazing it is we're all here. We have such fine people, such good, strong people who do such good work for the town. We have those that even go out to help support the town in other ways as adventurers if they aren't able to directly support the town in other ways. Yeah. And that's what you're hearing. Well, that sounds normal to you.
Has it really been
You know,
that long?
100. you know, you remember when Grandpa and Grandma mentioned that they, uh, you know, they were at the 50th, which that makes sense, kinda. Yeah. Uh, Drunkenly, slovenly following, you guys get to a cave. Uh,
Hmm.
it takes you guys a solid hour or two as you follow after this, and Theo's like, "Wow, this is if this is where he went from your tracking, he must have gotten really far."
Uh,
Yeah.
Hmm. I wonder how he got here by himself, considering how drunk he was. He could barely walk by himself.
hmm.
I'm taking my warhammer out, and the cave. Like, how big does the cave look? Like, does it?
The cave entrance?
Yeah, like,
Or the cave in
well, the
general?
cave in general. Like, trying to look in. Does it look like it only goes like maybe a couple, maybe a dozen or so feet in, or does it look like there's maybe some twists and turns?
Well, it's on a slope and goes down into a much wider open room. You're guessing that and based on the fact that you don't really have a light, it's hard to tell because even with dark vision, that only lets you see with what light's visible, which isn't any.
I thought dark vision would.
So Theocast is not.
I thought dark vision would let you see
Reread it.
60 feet regardless.
As long as you have low light.
Huh.
Yeah, dark vision is a bit. It's still really good because as long as you have moonlight, you can see. So you can see about 60 feet of the cave, which means you can see entrance.
Well, shit. I
And
just
yeah,
realized.
Theo's going to put a light spell on
Good,
her,
because I don't have dark vision.
and you also don't have dark vision. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, because here we go. You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as we're bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. But anything that you're seeing with dark vision in the dim light counts as gray. So you have 60 feet of, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, which is really useful. Yeah. See? Uh, so yeah, with the light of the moon, Roland can see perfectly, but then everything beyond that first 60 feet is basically gray. Theo turns on a light spell with dancing lights and creates basically four globules of light that float down. You guys can see in. It's slanted. It's uh, slate, and it seems that it gave way as somebody came in. And you guys are far enough away that the music is gone. You can't hear anything. It's
What was
well,
it
you
like a
can.
gradual dimming sound, or was it like just all of a sudden no sound?
Well, it's dimming because you're far enough away from town. You're almost an hour away from town from walking, which is why Theo's a bit concerned because if he walks this way, I'm worried about him. That's just not good. He's this far away. How how'd he get this far in that condition?
Yeah. So, like, considering it's been like a few hours, I assume that like me and Roland have basically sobered up a bit, correct?
You have sobered up, yes. Roland is still a bit out of it. He's at that tipsy stage
Okay.
now.
So he's a bit more
Uh,
cognizant.
yeah, a
Hmm.
bit more.
All right. I don't like this. And okay, so we're like in like a big opening area, correct?
Yeah, it's basically a small, well, knoll, as in a grassy knoll, and then at the part way up it, there's a entrance that's small that clearly goes down deeper.
How steep does it look?
It's a shallow uh, incline at first. It kind of gets a little bit steeper a bit further down, but then it evens out.
Does it look like that we
Uh,
might trip if we were to go down it?
if you were drunk, yes.
I'm gonna be carrying Roland around a bit, aren't I?
Rolling down.
All right.
Get down there, and
Yep.
It's kind of takes a bit. You can slide a bit because it is slate and gravel and whatnot. It kind of slips in a bit, but you're able to keep yourself
Yeah, I
steady.
figured with the 4 legs, I could at least keep myself somewhat steady.
Yeah, all you can. And getting down there, you guys find a rather lovely and open area.
Does it?
It's slightly cool. It's pretty open, and it has about 3 branching paths. One curls off back towards town. Uh, Another goes just, it's probably a straight incline, probably a drop, a hole. And the other just kind of meanders off in another direction. You'd have to actually look. But yeah, there's 3 paths.
3
And
paths.
the silence is just there.
3 paths, 3 directions. Which one? How do I want to do this? Honestly, if we separate up, then we cover more ground. But I don't like this. I don't like this. What was the female character? What was that elf's name? Not the one we're chasing it, but the one that we were
Theo.
with.
Theo. There's Theodora and
Theodora.
Theo.
Okay.
She's Theodora.
Theodora. If we were to like all go together down one tunnel, can you like do you have like a spell that would like let us know in case somebody enters this open area here?
You want me to set up an alarm spell? Yes.
Because
Yes.
All right, I can do that. That's easy enough.
that way, at least if something happens, we'll know that someone's here and we can rush back.
All right, yeah, sure.
I don't like the idea of splitting up.
Give me a bit. She spent the next minute and said, okay, it's an alarm spell. Anybody that comes in through that cave entrance will trigger the alarm.
Alrighty. Well, so which way do we want to go? Right, left, or center? Left looks like it heads back to town.
Yeah.
Right goes kind of winding, and the middle looks like there's a pit. I'm thinking let's try the head back to town one, because why exactly would there be why would it be going back into town? Also, I'm trying to think, what kind of check would this be, like, to determine, like, if, like, the openings in the caves, if these are, like, natural or man-made?
That would be a nature check.
Alright, do these look natural or man-made? And it taunts me.
Means
Nope,
yes.
I don't have anything that would give me advantage. Shit.
It's fine. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Like, clearly they're yeah, you have no clue. And
What?
you're trying to figure it out too, and you're like, I guess that the caves themselves are natural. But they appear to be natural by what you know about.
Alright. Seems like an odd coincidence that we have a pathway leading right back into town. Let's go take a look through this one. And I start heading to the left tunnel, the one that head back to town.
Okay. Choice. Follow that tunnel. See where it leads. Theo will follow you as well.
Alright. What is Roland doing?
I'm following you.
Take the pit. Take the pit. Roland just jumps down the pit. This is safe.
Alright, what are we seeing? So, what are we seeing as?
What's he doing?
Hmm?
It's a cave. It's dark, and as you guys head down it, it's uh, very clearly as you're going down. It's very clearly a cave that was natural, and then somebody's taking some time to carve, etc.
Hmm.
Probably to make it look nicer. Hard to say. Or it was used at some point in this travel.
Alrighty.
The most important thing, though, is this. Following this cave, you guys can slightly hear the festival after several minutes.
Okay.
Because, the cave eventually starts getting towards where,
Where town is.
you're getting back to town. And that you realize that you're now at a point where it's just a straightaway. You're guessing. So, uh, just for free, you could probably figure out that this is probably some natural cave somebody found and then attached to their basement.
Hmm.
Okay.
Alright.
Hmm.
As we get into the basement, does it look familiar to any one of us?
Uh, you can make me an investigation check to see if you've been in somebody's basement before, as you kind of step out and trying to figure out where you are in town.
Investigation. I thought wrong.
Yes, intimidate the room to let us know
That's
if
one.
we've been there before.
Yeah. Wrong. I mean,
Alright. I'm guessing that the basement does not look familiar.
Now that you really recognize it, it's could be any number of places. It's hard to say. Theo's just as confused as you. Where the hell did he go? Because when we sent I sent the dancing lights down the hole. We didn't see him down there. So where did he wander off to? Did he? Was he just slide in here and somebody grabbed him and helped him back? Doubt it would be anything bandit wise, but yeah. Which way did he go?
Well,
Maybe he went the other way? But
yeah.
we didn't really see anything that gave us a hint in which way he went once he got to that cave.
True, and at the same time, now we're apparently in somebody's house.
Well, in their
Well, their
basement,
basement,
at
yeah.
least.
Still their house.
You had to shift some, a barrel out of the way to get in. But yeah, in somebody's basement somewhere in town. You can hear the sound again.
Out of curiosity, is there like any windows in the basement? Like in some
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
basements, there's like this, like a thin grate type window. It's usually small, but enough to.
Nope, no basement. Nope.
All right.
Probably because of the wine down here. Keep the light out.
Hmm. How much wine does it look like there's there? Like how many barrels of wine?
I just yeah, several barrels of wine set up. The empty barrel next to you guys probably you could be at any place. You could be at the Vinters, at one of the temples. You could be in any rich person's house that has a wine collection.
Well, since my character's a cleric and would kind of have an idea of what basements and temples look like, does this have like any resemblance?
Yep, that's why you were the deck in the first place. You still don't know.
All right, so it doesn't quite look like a temple.
Doesn't necessarily mean you were everybody's basement.
All right.
Every temple's basement.
All right. Well, unless you want to go up the stairs, I say we head back into the cave and go down, maybe say the right path.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, doesn't go up the stairs, or
No, I'm following you
all right,
down the.
all right, back into the cave we go, and we'll take the right path. The path on the right.
Well, as you're heading in, you hear somebody say, "I'll get another barrel of wine," and as they shout that, somebody comes down the stairs.
Hide stealth.
So,
As good as that's going to be.
sure, you can all make stealth checks. If you're going to try and hide.
I will probably fail.
Hiding. This is the time.
Perception.
This is the hiding. Yeah, what the worst that can happen? Yeah. Bonmond, you're like, okay, I need to go back in the tunnel a bit to hide. Theo will roll her stealth, and the person will roll their perception. Bonmond, what are you doing? Roland, what the hell are you doing
Hello.
down here, all of you?
Yeah, we're trying to find Theo. Kind of, his path kind of leads to a cave, and one of the paths in the cave led to here.
Yeah. Theo. Oh, yeah. The other Theo. I haven't seen Theo.
Yeah. Well, back.
Alright.
I'll point
What?
out the where the hole is that led into the basement. So yeah, this path leads into a cave that's about an hour out of town. So you might want to get somebody to fill that up.
I don't know. That'll. No, I covered that up. I guess I must have caved in again. I covered that up last year. Oh, I'll just have to cover it up again.
All right then. Well.
Hmm.
We'll head back in there, and then we'll not bother you anymore.
Yeah, sure.
Have a good evening and
You
enjoy
be
the wine.
safe. Yeah, sure. As the winter leaves you be confused.
Well, we at least have an idea of where we are.
Yeah.
Well, back into the cave we go.
Alright, you go back
Okay.
to the cave. Speaking of which. Yeah. So you're going back into the cave. Roland,
Yes.
I have a question for you. What's your AC?
Okay. My AC. 15. Almost less. 15.
You have a 15 AC? Okay. Okay. Beaumont, as you're heading back down with Theo, Roland's behind you a bit because he was hiding in a more secure place. You can make me a perception check. Okay. Interesting. Beaumont, what's your HP? And Roland, what's your HP? 15.
15.
Shoot, I forgot to put that.
15,
I forgot to
okay.
put that in. Give me a second.
Okay. Bonemont, as you're looking over at Roland,
Let's see, my max health at level 1 would be 8 plus con mod. So 10. That seems low.
well, not the worst. Yeah. Bonemont, as you look back, you see Roland lying on the ground. He seems to have just fallen asleep. He's drooling a bit and just out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just 100% out of it, though. Yeah. You're guessing that he, all the big common booze finally caught up and he just kind of and this just fell ground.
Yeah, you're kind of coming in and out. So basically, he's.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. Theo's like, what the hell? This is weird.
Okay. So, I see Roland. I move up to him. And, like, try and, like, not hard kick, but, like, you know, like, poke him to try and wake him up.
Okay. As you go and close to poke him, make a perception check.
Another one? Okay.
Different perception check this time. Yeah, you as you're gonna close you kick him and you're like, oh, as you kick him, you're like, oh, he cracked his head. He's fucking you. You realize that he's like when you turned around, he slipped and just thumped his head, cracked, and he's probably got a concussion. He's out. Like he's not asleep.
Okay.
Asleep, as in
Okay.
not in a good way.
I'm going to cast this. My. Oh god, is it a cantrip? Is it a cantrip? Is it a spell? It is a cantrip, thank god.
Spare the dying.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
casting spare the dying. Does the trick. You in fact are able to put him back in. Good.
okay.
You now have a out of it, individual line before you.
I try and, like, shoulder chuck him. So he's basically collapsed on my back again.
Okay.
Theodora, would it be alright if we at least tried looking for him in the morning? I don't like the idea of him being like this as we try and search. Unless.
Yeah, that's
Actually, hang on. Let's just go back into that middle area there. We can set up a camp. Alright, so we'll head into the center area and we'll try and set up a camp. And before going to bed, or at least getting some rest, I am going to cast a good heal. Huh?
That's
So he regains 4 HP. So Roland regains 4 HP.
Yeah. You wake up, man. You're feeling exhausted.
hmm.
Yeah, you tripped.
What the hell? Fuck my head.
Yeah, you kind of slipped on something. We're getting back into the central area. I'm just gonna rest there for the night. We'll continue the search for the
Okay.
morning.
Theo says that I'm gonna head back into town, frankly.
Yeah, that actually.
I need to look for my.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
You know what? That is a good point. Let's go back into the guy's basement and get out of through his house.
But you guys can stay here if you want to see if he comes
Yeah.
back this way.
All right.
I can't
All
wait
right.
to.
We'll wait here then. So,
Uh,
yeah. Uh, you're staying on my back for this bit. All right. So we head back into the center. When we're in the center, I'm just gonna go out of the cave and try and grab some wood. You know, rip some branches off trees and stuff, so we can make a campfire.
sure. Yeah, you can set up a campfire.
Mm-hmm. It'll be.
Uh, you can do that. That's all something that's very easy to do.
Yep. And he's staying on my back so he doesn't slip on the rocks on like kind of somewhat slippery area.
Yeah, so you're sitting up right outside the cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay awake for like 4 hours, and I'll wake him up for a 4 hour watch.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you're gonna do.
Yep. Should roll perception.
Uh, check for the 4 hour walk.
You want me to roll a perception check?
Roll perception. Yeah, sure. For your watch. I said so.
Like I said, you're kind of coming in and out.
Mhm.
Did you roll yours as well?
Okay. You're the ones cutting out. Ah! Yeah. Beaumont. You know, as you're wondering what to do and what more, you know, yeah, you kind of drift to sleep. And but before you can wake up Roland. And with that, we'll cut to the next morning. Uh you both are waking up.
Hmm.
You're another year wiser, another year older, and man, you are tired. You guys had a long year, but you're back in town. And
Huh.
uh, there was that there was that oh, tiresome adventure, in the caves. Yeah, you found Theo, man. Yeah, yeah, and it's been a year, but you're back. Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, you're back though.
Yep.
Yeah, back in town. Uh,
What?
yeah, back in town. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah. Uh, Everyone again. It's the Harvest Festival again. You guys are getting in. Uh, this time, of course, you're coming by land, and you're feeling tired and exhausted. But you know that good way of you've been out doing good for the world.
Yep.
You know,
And I'm also gonna stop by the blacksmith to pick up my full plate.
well, you picked it up last year
What?
when it got finished.
Hmm.
You can make me a charisma check, charisma save. Hold on, something's not adding up.
Yeah.
You went to sleep, but as you're watching everybody else, you notice the sign and it says the 101st Harvest Festival.
Ah. Roland.
Roland, you can also make the charisma save.
Isma.
Yeah, you make a charisma save. Yeah, you actually realize that it's off too, and you're both sober this time.
Hmm.
Okay.
Just what happened?
Either we're still dreaming, or illusion? That thinking, thinking.
The problem is you're you know, yeah, maybe. Who knows?
I pinch myself.
Hmm.
Do I feel the pain?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so not dreaming.
The other thing is you remember the last year, but you also remember you did some new things this year.
What
You got
Hmm.
some or
what exactly do I remember?
some you slayed some gnolls, you fought a mimic and two, you did some trade caravan stuff, fought some bandits.
Do you
That's what you
Roland?
did.
Do you at all remember us fighting mimics, handling some caravan protection duty? Uh, any of those
Hmm.
things? I remember, but I don't remember actually doing them.
No, you remember doing them. That's the thing. It's just it's like when you got back into town, you kind of a daze wore off on you as you're kind of in. It's hard to describe. It's weird. But yeah, Roland, you remember those. You remember all those things.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
but doesn't it kind of feel weird? I remember yesterday I
Yes.
heard them saying it was the 100th anniversary. Now it's the 101st. And I remember, like, last night we were trying to look for Theo. We went into that cave, and one of the paths led us to one of the Vinters' houses.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know, you did this stuff, but it feels like you're missing, the time between when you went out and did it and almost like being a full, you know, month or more.
Hmm.
So what I'm thinking is we walk into town, act as though nothing is happening, try and get a look at some of the people we know. Specifically, look for
Yeah.
Theodora. See if we can find her.
Uh,
What you said we came because
Hmm.
memory serves, we did come back with Theo, but it feels like there's like missing time. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's go to town and see what's happening.
Okay, we head into town. What do we see?
where are you heading?
Back into town.
Yeah, it's the festival again. Everyone's really excited and moving about. You see your auntie. She smiles. Oh, sweetie, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. You left so quickly. We barely saw you last year. So good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was this year? Okay.
Pardon?
How was this year?
How was this year?
You guys are
Yes.
breaking up really badly.
Yes. How was this year? When he was gone.
The year?
Asking
Well, dear, we got
how
to.
was the year for you?
Oh, the year was delightful, dear. We got much done. We had much and other fun. It was
Hmm.
amazing.
Yep.
Oh, it was delightful.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's so
Okay.
different. Always sad to have such a good nephew and such a smart friend on his side.
Yes.
Uh, yes. She's over by her home. Uh, you can go see her.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Alright, so we go off. Alright, have a good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Have a good evening. Have a good day.
Yep, good day.
Yeah. Theodore, as you guys make your way over, as you know, it's the early morning. Theodore looks at you guys, stares at you guys, stares.
Theodora, we need to talk. Can
Yeah. Where the fuck did you guys go? Like, you guys.
Yeah, that's what we want to talk about. Can we go? Is there somewhere
Yeah.
private we can speak?
God, fine, come on in. She opens the door to her house and goes inside.
Alright.
I fucking go adventuring, and I finally get a house, but I have to still go adventure. Left. I went back to town to try and find Theo. He wandered back in the town, a week later, and I have no the fucking clue where you two went.
Here is what.
And you just wandered back in the town nearly a year later.
Yeah. Here's the thing. As strange as this sounds, the last thing I remember was this. We set off and we were hearing that it was the 100th anniversary of the town harvest festival as we were heading off to find Theo. We found that cave. We went down there, we took a path and got into a Venter's house. As we were heading back into the cave, Roland tripped and fell and we ended up splitting there. You decided to head back into town, and we decided to camp right outside the cave entrance for that night. So we
Yeah, and I went there. You guys weren't there. The blacksmith said you picked up your armor, and then you just left.
That's the thing that bothers me. We did maybe do that, but I don't recall the sensation of the time passing.
No, you. That's the thing, Bowman. That's the thing that bothers you. You're. The thing is, the time passed. You know it. It's just that it's not until you got back here that you realize that it had been another year. That's the weird thing. That's what the Christmas sack is. It's the fact that still thought it was the year 100 and you were coming back to that festival, not 101.
Yeah, because here's the thing. As we were heading back into town, we thought it was just, the day after we left. And yet somehow an entire year has passed without us knowing. There's something fucked up in that cave that did this.
That's bloody nonsense. It's a fucking cave. It's an old cave that was probably used by the Venter to smuggle wine at some point to have some tax evasion, or his family was using it for tax evasion. It's not what are you going to... Fine, we can go look at it.
Yes.
It's not
Let's go there. We'll spend the night as well. Because I'm telling you, there's something wrong there. So, let's head back to the cave. Let us go back there. And let's actually try one of the other paths. First, let's head back to go to the path on the right. Something to kill time, so that way when night falls, we can go to bed and see what happens. I feel this is going to be a diplomacy check. Wow, there it is.
She just kind of... Let's do this. Let's get this done. I just want to, make sure this time you guys don't wander off on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Or rather, in the sense that you left town.
Yep.
I understand these things happen, but you needed to say something.
Believe me. Actually, there was absolutely no way we could have known that would have happened. But now that we know something's going to happen, we can at least be a little bit more prepared. Okay? So, let's head to the cave.
Yeah, let's head to the cave.
Okay, and when we get to the cave, I'm actually going to do the full ritual of detect magic.
Okay.
do I detect any magic around me within this thing?
No. No magic. You can see down into the cave. There's no magic. None of the rocks are magic. As you guys can start walking. You have a good 10 minutes of being able to detect anything magic.
Yep. Let's get going. Roland, this might be an odd question, but as we were heading back from the Vinter's basement, do you recall what you tripped over?
I have no idea. Don't know. Oh, do I know anything?
No, Roland, you don't. You just kind of fell over, thunked over.
I
You were just slightly drunk enough that you couldn't remember. Uh,
was walking on that bank.
yeah, you was out.
Okay. So let's go down the path on the right side. And I take a torch out, because I'm getting tired of darkness.
Yeah, yeah. You guys have light, thankfully, because you have people that can produce light. You and the mage and Theodora. She makes light. And let's head deeper. Do you have any idea what we're looking for?
That is the problem. I don't. The only other thing I could think of is that we retrace our steps back towards where the Vinter's basement was. Turn around, head back, and see roughly if there was something within that area where Roland tripped. Because I'm thinking there's something. Because time and magic bullshit does not happen just out of nowhere.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys get over there, and the Vinter's down there organizing booze, and he looks at you guys as you come through the hole, and kind of blinks. Well, hi, Beaumont. Hello, Roland. Theodore.
Hello.
Hi there.
What are you doing? Now, I covered that up a year ago. Why is it still open?
Yeah.
Well, it's open, so
Out of curiosity, like, from what...
There's very clearly no wood blocks there that would have blocked it.
Honestly, it doesn't look like anything has been done to seal this up.
No, I did it a year ago.
sure. Guess it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Hey, lads. Listen, if you're going to make it a habit of coming here, if you want to sneak some booze, just ask.
Okay. Alright. Alrighty then. Well, we won't bother you any longer. Have a good day.
Yeah.
And
All right.
do I still have is the detect magic still going off? Or is that past?
Magic is still going on that entire time.
And has it detected anything?
Nope. And spell about that point wears off.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's kind of weird. There was no magic that entire distance. Nothing. The Vinter is just as confused as you are.
Actually, question. Question. From the time where we leave town to get to the cave going that way, overland, how long did it take us to get there?
About an hour.
And how long did it take us to come from inside this cave to the Vinter's place?
Well, some of the winding paths, less than an hour.
Okay, so theoretically, we took more twists and turns getting...
It's hard because maybe 45 minutes to an hour and a half. You no sun to keep track of time.
Okay. Like, how long...
No, the sun is what you would use to track time. You don't have it while you're in the cave.
Damn it, that idea is out of the question. Is out then? Because my thought process was, if it only took us 20 minutes...
Theo will hum for a second and be like, okay, what are you trying to get at, Bowman? Because you're wanting to know the time?
Yeah. Considering what time we left, it took us about an hour to get to the cave. And roughly what time did we leave? What time did the clocks... what time should it be right now? Based on, like, if it's assuming it takes about an hour to get through both ways.
Oh, that's a hard question, actually. Yeah. Hmm, should be based on how much time we about maybe at least 45 minutes because this is in some ways a bit easier as we're going downhill, but maybe up to an hour and a half because it's a cave system and uh pull out a pocket watch and be like, it was about an hour and a half.
Okay. Uh, I asked the guy, what time is it?
It's about noonish.
And what time does the pocket watch say?
About noonish.
Okay, so that's not there. Okay. That process
Right.
is dead. And I just look. I'm just now just looking at like where exactly supposedly. Actually, question. Entering into this wine cellar and looking back at the hole, what do I see? Does it look different than from what it looks like when in the cave?
For all, oh my god, what the
Am I just being too meta or something, or am I just like asking dumb questions?
Hmm. Hmm. He's gone. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Maybe a time bubble or something. I don't know. But no magic. Okay. Yeah. 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 That's great. Hope for best. Hello.
Okay, you were trying to say, Kiri? You look. Okay, you're still breaking up a lot for me. Okay. So you're trying to look down the basement hole? Boarding up. Yeah. Just since last time you were here on that.
Shit. I don't know.
And he's out.
Yeah, because everything's breaking.
Alright.
Yeah.
Just as we get into the mystery.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. There we go. That's the problem. For some reason, OBS is tanking my computer today. Just to tank it for recording.
Alrighty.
Yes. OBS, stop that. Bad OBS. Bad. Okay, everything. Let's close Steam. That should help. There we go. That was dumb.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. OBS fixed itself. It was encoding and using 50% of my CPU for some reason.
Huh.
I don't even remember what that means or something. Because I was looking at task manager stuff and I'm like, what? How? This is just the fact that my computer's old and it's killing itself. This is why I need a new computer. Oh yeah. So first up, yeah. Yeah. So what were you trying to ask, Kiri, about the cave?
When I'm in the basement, does it look like just a hole in the wall, or does it look like work has been done to try and seal it up?
There's no work to look like it's been done to seal it up. At least there's no recent work.
And basically, it looks like as it would have been if I was when I was in the cave.
Well, it's smooth on this side. This is a part of the area where it's clearly been worked.
Yeah, obviously. Okay. So I turned to the guy, to the Vinter. So, where exactly was the work to seal the stuff? Because maybe my eyes are failing me, but I'm not really seeing anything to show that work has been done recently at all.
Well, listen, I understand you're trying to play a prank on me, Beaumont, by taking it down and acting like it was not there, but you know, that's different.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna head back into the cave and do another ritual cast of Detect Magic. Because... Alright. Boom. Ritual of Detect Magic. Is there anything different here? Am I picking up on anything? And I'm doing this as the ritual.
Around the cave?
Yes. Like within the area we're at. Like within the 30 feet all around me. I'm like kind of like at the entrance to the cave.
Nope. Nope. Nothing. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's perfectly normal and mundane. It's kind of weird. Yeah, the Ventrican's kind of shrugs at you guys like, you're being weird. You crazy kids and your pranks.
Yep. Alrighty then. I then turn to Theodora. Theodora, unless my eyes are failing me, do you see any signs here that any work has been done to seal this up? And doesn't it seem strange that he said that he had it sealed up a year ago, and yet it looks just like it was last year?
He also said it was sealed up last year, a year ago.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that. He said that as well.
Yeah.
That's a little bit disconcerting.
I'm thinking there might be a little bit more to these caves than meet the eye.
Gee, you think? Okay, what are we gonna do then?
Well, we have 2 more paths to explore.
Okay.
I suggest we go down the path that goes to the right. We'll save the one with the pit for last.
Make a perception check as you're heading back. Both of you make perception checks.
Good.
Perception.
Okay, so what's the order you guys are going to take?
I'm in front. Roland's behind me. I think... I'm not sure where Theodora would be.
Theodora would take the middle.
Alright, so she's in the middle.
Because she's a squishy wizard.
Alrighty, so squishy wizard in the middle. Big tank up front. Rage monster in the back. Got it. Okay. What do my eyes see with an 11?
Nothing. It's normal. It's perfectly normal. Normal. Theodore's like, huh? This is kind of perfectly normal. Roland, you notice something, sliding down from the ceiling onto Beaumont.
I warned him.
What? I'm guessing you're saying get down or something?
I warned you for the thing from the ceiling.
He says that there's something on the ceiling.
I take a torch out and trying to see up the ceiling. Maybe scare away some creature. And look to the ceiling.
Yeah, as you wave out the torch, dissipating a shadow, and whatever's there, you don't see it. You don't hear anything either. Either when Roland shouted at you about it, it ran, or when you went to get the torch, it ran, but it's not there.
I'm not seeing anything. What did you see, Roland?
What did I see?
That was a tendril of darkness? Maybe a claw? Reaching down for his head.
Yeah.
Claw or tendril of darkness reaching down for... Is this roughly the area where last year that Roland tripped?
No, it's a bit deeper in. but it's definitely the same part of the cave.
Okay, there's something here with us. Something that might be hostile. And here's the thing, I had detect magic on, so I would not have detected that somehow. And I can't detect it. Plus, we could have gone in after... Plus, it probably happened after the effects wore off. I recommend we keep a torch out. Everyone have a torch on hand. So there's something here. Theodore, did you see anything? Theodore?
No, I didn't. Sorry, nothing.
Okay.
It's been weird.
Alright, let's move
Yeah.
forward. And I'm going to be actively keeping an eye out for any shadow that moves. And I'm keeping my torch out, so anything that looks like it's moving in the shadow, I'm keeping an eye out for. As we head back to the main entrance, to the main hall, main part, and then proceed to the path on the right. It says,
Okay, you're gonna head towards the path on the
Yep.
right. Okay. Oh. Oh, yes.
I'm prepared to take another torch out to use as needed.
Good choice. Yes, good choice.
So speaking of yawning, how exactly does it feel, like the air? Does it feel like cool, like unusually cool for a cave, or kind of cool like you'd expect?
No, it's just normal amount of cool.
Okay.
Hmm.
Alright.
Nothing. That's the weird part. There's nothing weird about the cave itself. You know, it's obviously a cave that was partially there, that then got reinforced by man-made stuff. You know, normal, totally normal.
As we get to the entrance of the path on the right, I quickly do a quick turn around with my head to see if everybody is still there. Roland and Theodore are still with me, or if they've disappeared.
Yep, they're still with you.
Okay. Question: can we see? All right, from our perspective here, are we able to see like the entrance to the cave that we came in? And if so, does it there's light coming out of it, or is it dark?
Is it dark the way you came?
Because basically, like this whole area here, this has like four entrances, four ways. One that's how we got in through the forest.
Yeah.
One that goes to the house. One that goes a path that goes to the right, and a path that goes in the center, which has a pit. The path that goes to the forest.
Yep.
Can we see any light coming through
Yeah.
it, or is it no light coming in?
You can see some light. Yeah, when the moon shines, you could very easily see light. And currently, since it's mid-afternoon, yeah, there's plenty of
Okay.
light.
All right, mid-afternoon. All right. Check your watch.
Speaking of which, you guys can hear a sound from being shouted out in the woods.
What do we hear?
You hear some people shouting out your names.
Okay. Guys, something's off. I think we should go investigate. Is it just Roland and Bond?
Oh no, Theodore is also being
Alright.
called for.
Guys, stay alert. I take my warhammer out
Okay.
and I start heading out. I also have my shield drawn.
Okay.
What do I see as I start approaching the path to the forest?
You could see a person as they are coming up to the cave entrance. They're like, "Oi, what are you lot doing down there?"
Who is the person?
It's a certain dwarf, Jeb.
Hey, Jeb. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Your auntie, Roland, and Bernard, your grandpappy called. They couldn't find you anywhere. You said you would be back, but they've been looking all over you all day, but you haven't shown up. And then somebody mentioned that you went with Theodora over to this cave.
Yeah, there was something we saw here last year that seemed interesting, but we didn't have the time to examine it, so we thought we'd come back and see what it was.
Something interesting in the cave, you say?
Yes.
What could that be?
Well, we didn't have a whole lot of time to take a look at it, so our hope now is to take a look at it, better chance to look at it and get an idea of what it is.
Ah, that makes sense. You lot okay down there?
We are. Tell Grandma and Grandpa that I'm fine, and that I apologize for not seeing them. It's just curiosity, really.
I'll tell them. I'll tell them.
All right.
Yeah, I understand. Have a good
Yes,
one.
you too. Question, Jeb, did he actually look a year older? Or does he look somehow older than a year would say?
It's hard to tell with a dwarf.
Alright, fair enough.
He's a dwarf. Hard to tell.
Okay. I turn around and I head back into the area with the 3 hats.
Yep.
Is everyone still there?
Yeah, everyone's still there. Roland and Theodore was
Okay.
there.
Alright guys, get behind me. We're about to go into the path on the right. I put my shield away and I grab my torch and light it. And start heading down the path on the right. Do you want me to roll a perception check or?
Yeah, you can roll me a perception checks as you're heading down this cave. And you can also roll me acrobatics checks both of you.
The fuck is going on back there?
Acrobatics.
Alright. Also roll perception.
Yeah, perception and acrobatics.
Okay.
Oh, I also need to roll acrobatics as well.
Yep, you both need to.
Well, there's no acrobatics, so it's just athletics then. Wait, there is? Oh, there is acrobatics.
Number 1. My athletics are better.
Yay. Now this is more about keeping your footing and stuff, which is acrobatics. Yeah. Don't worry, it's fine. It's not like you can you're both dead. That's how you die. Slipping and falling down a pit and crushing your heads. Truly a fate worse than
That is
death.
why we want to use the path with the pit last.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, you both failed the acrobatics check, actually. Let's see about Theo. What does she get in the perception? Okay. She nat 20's the acrobatics. Okay, so Boneman and Roland, as you're going down this path, it's a again, slate granite is not very conducive to keeping one's balance. And luckily you guys aren't rolling this with disadvantage, but sadly both of you didn't roll good. So you guys find out very quickly what it's like to slide down a slope that goes deep. It's a long slope and it winds back and forth. So you go to the left and you don't avoid the wall, avoid the wall. It's like a slip and slide basically, but it's granite, so it's shredding your body as you're trying to keep your purchase and not fall. And slate. It's a fun ride. Here's the good news. You guys tumble out after you realize probably a solid 5 minutes of sliding. That's how long it feels. Could have been 1 minute, could have been 5 minutes, because it was just that whoosh, gone, and you were like, holy shit. So So the good news is, so you both failed the check, so you both take full damage, which is 15.
I am officially unconscious.
You're both technically unconscious as you get to the bottom. Meanwhile, the mage actually, let's see, yeah, 15 and 15. The mage, actually, no, wait, that's actually worse. Is roll? Wait, no, that's not enough to kill Roland outright. Roland almost died outright from the damage. Roland, make a con save. You could die outright from this damage.
Con.
Con save, yeah. You could literally die. Well, that's gonna. Oh shit! Is that Roland's dead? Yeah. Wait. Don't worry about it. That's fine. So she slides down. Thunk, thunk, thunk. And she's gonna make a medicine check on the centaur. Make me some death saves as well, Bonmont.
Okay, death save. How is that?
You just roll a straight d20.
Oh.
Yep, okay. So yeah, Bonmont, you're better. She patches you up, and you, and Roland, you make me a death save as well.
Just
Just straight
D20.
d20.
Yeah, just click, or just click the death save macro on your sheet. Yeah. So let's see. You failed the save, but it wasn't enough to do enough to. Let's see. That's 5. Okay. So make another check. Make another death save.
Me?
Yep.
I think that's just on
Okay,
the cusp of
and
passing.
Yep. Make a third.
Okay. Sorry, that's 3 successes.
So yeah, you know, if he hasn't outright died from the damage or gets eaten by something in the dark, well, you know, the half elf is saving your life for the first 2 rounds. It'll be fine. And Bonmond, groggily, you wake up. Now, here's the good news. It's a lovely, beautiful morning.
Wait, where are we?
Well, you're currently riding in on a caravan back into town.
Is anyone else with me, or?
Roland's with you. You remember when you slipped down there? You remember Theodora helping you guys, and basically you guys had to recover, so you had to spend your night down there and then drag yourselves back up. And well, you guys were a bit short of money, so you had to do some adventuring work, but that didn't go well. So you spent some time just working with the Vinter for the rest of the year. So you've been spending some time working with the Vinter, and otherwise, actually relatively close to the city. You know, it's been, you know, relatively more mundane. You know, some bandit stuff, other jobs, clearing out some giant rats, all that goodness. And just a second. Tifa! Shh! Tifa! Tifa! Okay. Yeah. And yeah, it was, you know, your one, you know, it was, you know, it's been another full year of adventure and excitement. You can see the Harvest Festival sign going up.
What number is it? 102?
Yeah, 102 is right. You guys went and did caravan stuff because, you know, you just needed to do something. And you can make me a charisma save again with advantage, both of you.
Okay.
Roland, you know, this seems normal. You know, clearly what just happened is you cracked your head again, and, you know, that damn cave, and, you know, just tired, you know.
Yeah.
So you needed a break from the town because that mystery went nowhere. Theodora's with you guys and just rubs her head. That was a adventure.
Oh, wait, Theodora's with us in the caravan? What the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Theodora?
Yeah?
What was the last thing you remember? Because the very last thing I remember was sliding down a freaking thing of granite in that cave.
And then, we had our year of adventure.
That's
Yes.
just it.
Though it was more mundane.
You remember what I said last year?
Yeah, I remember. I remember what you said last year. But I'm just saying,
Okay,
it seems a
look,
bit.
just try and think. You're trying to remember.
No, I know. I it makes sense, but it's still weird. Like,
There is something off about that cave.
well, see, the thing is, we're clearly, a year older almost. So, like, that's the problem. Like, I don't know. You wished your grandparents well, you left. Wished your auntie well, you left. You guys can both make me insight checks. You can see your auntie coming to see you, Roland. Happily waving.
Tight.
Yeah. She looks a bit tired, but smiles heartily when she sees you waving. Yeah, it's a bit off.
Do I have any some idea of what is off?
It just, you feel off. Just, something's off. You're not quite sure.
Okay. What to think. Everything looks the same.
Yeah.
Everything just looks the same.
Yeah, the town's the same. There's been some changes. There's some new houses built. Some other houses have changed.
Power of
Auntie waves at Roland. Roland! Oh, it's been so long. How have you been?
I'm big, good. How have you been?
Oh, I've been doing just lovely. It's been a tiring but good year.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good to see you, though. Yes, it is. She just kind of hugs you as you get off. Oh, but it's so good to see you back for the festival.
Yes. The,
Deplorator said cdn.discordapp.com.
Oh, what's the matter?
Just been stressful.
yeah.
You ever have like this weird feeling where It just feels like something's off, and you just can't quite place what it is.
No.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't quite get that. Sorry, boys. What seems to be the matter?
It seems like time just goes by so fast. Like, as soon as you wake up, it's like the next year all of a sudden. Time just goes.
Oh, that type of issue. I understand. You're just tired, boys. Time flies, you know.
Hmm.
That it does, that it does.
Maybe you just don't need to sit down, take some rest.
Rest would be good.
Or
Yeah.
enjoy the party.
Yes.
Yes. Let yourselves relax. Enjoy the party. Take a load off. Don't worry your heads.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are you? So you're gonna? What are you guys gonna do?
Sadly, there's.
Sure.
I'm gonna go to like a general store. See if I can get like some climbing supplies, like pittons and extra rope
Sure,
and a hammer.
sure. You can easily get those.
Yes.
Yeah, you get all those.
And more torches.
Yep, you got that too.
Climbing gear.
Yep, the climbing.
I'm buying some climbing gear.
Alright, so we'll both get a set of climbing gear and extra torches. Fucking, I'll buy a third set for Theodora.
Yep, she'll go with you too.
Theodora,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what this means, right?
No, I don't actually. Quite honestly.
One final path.
I mean, to be fair, we never really got to explore the other path.
True. So the
Yeah.
the pittons and all this stuff would at least let us at least secure ourselves as we go down, and not have another.
Yeah,
tumble.
that's. Oh yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
So,
You. Yeah. Let's do this then.
alrighty then. We go to the cave. We go to the entrance panel on the right. I take out some hammer, rope, and pittons, and I start hammering and securing in the pittons into the wall and tying rope to them. Every 15 feet, or actually, how many? Does this thing say how many pittons I get? Let's see. With pittons, it is. I don't think it actually says how many pittons I get.
You have enough for the rope.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do it. It takes a bit, but yeah.
Okay. And I'm guessing we finally get to that point where we slipped last time.
Yeah, you're able to. Since you actually have climbing gear this time, you can actually go down safely. It's a slippy, slidey slope. You know, but since you have the right gear, etc.,
Yep.
you don't lose any.
Footing.
Well, yeah, and you make it to the bottom.
Okay. I take out a torch and I light the damn thing. Perception check! What do I see?
What do you see? What do I see? What do I see? Da da da.
Actually, also curiosity. Right down in the area, do I see what looks like the remnants of dried blood? Like from where we crashed down?
No. You know, you guys kind of got more bruised and battered than
Well, there
you
should at least
know.
be some traces of small bits of blood.
Yeah,
Do we see any?
but there's things down here that would probably eat
All
that.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
that blood is food
All right.
to bugs.
So again, with the 15, what do I see?
Uh, so going down, it is kind of a twisty, windy thing. It is like a slip and slide, basically. That's shale and whatnot. So sharp rocks hit you, but going down steadily and slowly, you make to the base, and the base is a large round room with a door at the other end.
Yeah, that's not normal.
It's just that when you were dazed and battered the last time, you guys didn't really notice it. It's just, and it's also, since you guys can actually explore, it's the room. It's kind of oval shaped and goes about 150 feet, so it's outside of your line of sight without proper torches and whatnot.
Okay. Theodora, I know last time you were kind of more concentrating on us, but by chance, did you see that door last year? Last time you were here?
Well, I didn't have any spells set up because I slipped and fell down. So no, I can only see about you know 60
All right.
feet because dark. That's how far our eyesight works in the dark, in like pitch
All right.
blackness.
Hmm.
So it's well outside of that range for me.
Okay. With my torch out, I start approaching the door. I
Okay.
walk up to the door.
Yeah, it's a heavy wooden door with some iron boltings on it, etc.
Probably not going to get much, but I'm going to lay my ear against it and try to hear for anything on the other side.
Okay, you put your ear to it, and you hear somebody say, "Come in."
Does the voice sound familiar?
Hard to tell through the heavy door.
Okay, looking at the door, which way does it look like it opens? Push or pull?
It's a pull.
Alright, I motion for everyone to get onto me, and once they are, I open the door.
You pull open the door, and you step inside to
Hmm.
a what effectively is a large underground, probably a home, basically, carved into the stone around you. There's some chairs and other structures set up, and more. It's all rather well put together, very nice, quiet, a little stiff, but pleasant in this environment. And of course, nothing weird's going on right now, so that's good.
Hello there.
Hmm. Hello.
Yeah. And the person just smiles. There's a person here.
What does the person look like?
Uh, they're just a person of indeterminate age. You can't really tell. They're at least in their 30s. Probably human, based on the fact they don't have pointed ears. And they're reading through a book. Uh, they're sitting at one of the chairs and they sip some tea. Ah, guests.
How many chairs?
Huh.
Uh, how many chairs in total?
Yeah.
Uh, so there's two chairs near where there's probably supposed to be a fireplace that would normally be rumbling, but there isn't one right now. There's a love seat section, and then uh, two more chairs, and then there's about six chairs around a table, which is probably a dining area. It's very open concept. And there's over
Hmm.
another little kitchen where some unseen servant is handling making some more tea. Ah, good guests. Bonemond, Roland, how lovely. Theodore, how lovely it is to see all of you.
Does this person look familiar at all to us, or?
Uh, yes, no, and yes.
Hmm.
Hmm?
They kind of remind you of the old man mayor's grandmother from the old
Okay.
movies you've seen of her when she was young.
So basically, it kind of looks like a younger version of the mayor's grandmother.
Yeah, who's the mayor is in his 50s, so she's passed. But you've seen the portraits in his office of the grandmother because she was the one that founded the town 102 years ago in her 30s.
Probably a crazy question, but by chance, do we know what this person's name is, or no?
Roll me a history check, both of you, with advantage since this is your hometown.
What?
History. Roland. Does Roland make it?
History.
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 Yes. Yeah.
No.
Roland doesn't know. Roland's too distracted because she's pretty. Beaumont, yeah, her name is Naomi.
Naomi. Now that's
Oh.
now Naomi, is that the person in front of me or the mayor's deceased grandmother?
Are you asking her?
No, because I was just thinking like which name you were giving me.
That's the mayor's grandmother's
Okay.
name.
That's what I just wanted to know. Was who Naomi was, like if it was the person in front of me or not.
Yeah. You don't reckon this person looks like her, but I mean, the mayor's human. Humans don't live for 131 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been here?
Oh, in this area? I've been here for a while, dear.
Call it
Okay.
a crazy question. And maybe it's just because we've hit our heads quite a bit recently. How do you know us?
Ooh. Oh, Roland Bonmont. I know many people. I've been with the town since the day it was founded.
That would have been 102 years ago. You don't
Oh,
look like a day over
exactly.
30.
uh, I know. I look amazing, don't I?
You are you saying that you're Naomi?
Oh, well, no, I'm not a Naomi. Though, I mean, she is a very attractive woman. So I, decided to, base my appearance off her.
So then, who are you?
Oh, well. You need a name, don't you?
Well, you kind of have us at a bit of a disadvantage. You know our names, but we don't know yours.
Yeah.
This is true. I do, in fact, know your names, and you don't know mine. But isn't that the way things are sometimes? You don't know the full context of everything. You have to figure it out as you go.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what's up with this cave? Because it seems like as soon as you your head lies down, you close your eyes, it's like as soon as you wake up, it's like a year later. Like the passage of time just somehow like zipped by. Like you lived the whole year, but
Oh. Oh, that's not the cave, dear. That's just, you know, the your body processing something.
are we dead?
Oh, you've died a few times.
Hmm.
What?
Dear,
Because I'm pretty sure that
everything has a cost. After all, when you went to speak with your grandpa and he started calling you all those silly names besides your actual name, what was that, 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
Yes. Of course, that's,
And he's just getting up in the years.
well, that's what happens when you're, his age. Yeah.
Hmm.
A 60-year-old centaur, it's not doing great. Of course, it's not helping that he can't even remember his own son's face.
Yeah. His dementia has not exactly been doing good over the last few years.
Neither are you. It's kind of bothersome. The fact that you lot are remembering these things and having this start occurring. This is most difficult for me.
Just what is going on?
Well, you want to know then?
There's going to be a cost
Yeah.
associated with this, I'm guessing.
Oh, you think there's a cost? Oh, you keep paying the cost every year.
And that cost is... like, somehow...
Well, every year you've died.
Hmm.
And, every year I put you back together.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So every year, or at least lately, I've basically been getting myself killed, and you basically bring me back.
Well, for about the last, let's see, you've been off the longevity potion for the last 5, and that's why you're in your current age, and you've been doing this since the last 20 years? That seems about right. 20.
Shit.
Though it's only been recent that you've been coming to the cave. These
Yeah,
last,
2 years ago.
well, yes, this is the 3rd year. It's a bothersome thing. It happens, though.
Huh.
I'll have to reset you.
What?
Ah. Oh, do I have to really spell it out for you?
I'm basically gonna have, like, wake up and another year's going to have passed, isn't it?
Oh no, that would just you're resisting the psionic connection at this point. There's no point. You'll potentially be able to not go on an adventure. So, well, then I wouldn't get that year from you.
Are you basically sucking away our life essences or something?
Oh, you're getting closer. You'll eventually get it. I'll explain it in a second. She holds out a hand. Make intelligence saves. Hey, Bonmond! Roland's dead. Roland falls over, dead, on the ground, flopping.
Fuck.
You just watch as Roland just kind of thunks, hits the ground. Because he takes 24 damage.
Yeah, that...
Roland, you
Ow.
can technically make a con save to not die outright. Because it wasn't
Okay.
able to kill you outright, technically. But yeah, you take 24 damage, Roland. And okay. Yeah, Roland's dead. 9 is not enough. You needed a
10 or higher.
12.
12.
A 10, probably a 10, actually. It's hard. I'd have to check. But yeah, because it's something like the leftover damage plus a little or something. But yeah, Roland, you're gone.
What about Theodora?
Theodora needs to make her own save. Let's see. To be fair, she's going to go KO'd even without that because 12 damage is more than her HP as a wizard. She is also dead. And outright dead because she's taking her HP plus her HP again.
So basically, she was brought down to, like, at bare minimum, -13.
her con mod is at least a +2 because she was able to take that 7 damage and stay conscious. So that means she has to take another 16 damage, which is way more than she can take because she's the same level as you guys. Yeah. Since you passed, let's see. Oh yeah. So here's the good news, Bonan.
Mm-hmm.
You save for half, so you take either 12 or you can be stunned for 1 minute.
Well, if I take 12, I'm unconscious.
Whereas stunned, you get to hear the NPC monologue at you.
Question: if I'm stunned, nope, I can't take bonus actions or reactions.
Nope, you're completely helpless. Now, to be fair, you will be able to make more of the saves each
I'll
round.
take the stun.
Yep. Right then, where shall I begin? Ah, yes. She goes over to Roland, grabs his head on the next round, and you watch as Roland's body shudders and twitches, and then she holds up a pink thing, which you realize is Roland's brain. And then she opens her mouth and drops it in. This year wasn't very good, actually. Not at all. Oh, well. You can make a save. That's her first
another
round.
intelligence, or what?
Yep, intelligence save. Each round you can make an intelligence save. You're still stunned. So since Theodore's unconscious, she just taps Theodore so they don't die. I'll explain. I eat memories. And so I use my magic to make the town more fertile, better. And the townspeople unknowingly provide me sustenance. Some of them go out adventuring. When they go out adventuring, they come back every year because they're compelled to. And they, get drunk at the party, celebrate, etc. At which point I come up, take a snack, and leave. Maybe 1, maybe 2. Some years I can get 5. These last few years you've been very good, but well, at certain points people start to become resilient to the compulsion. The ones that I've been eating, of course, which is a problem because, well, then you start coming here and investigating like you've been doing.
I'm guessing that was another round.
Yep, that's another round. So you understand, yes? It's a matter of...
I blink twice.
Oh, good boy. So I do this. I gain food. The village gains protection and more. After all, and of course, I revive the people and I provide them longevity potions so they stay around longer. So you can continue to serve that purpose. And of course, once a person's served that purpose a bit, potentially too long and they start to resist it, well, I eat them one last time, reset them with a psionic compulsion so they don't remember any of this, and they wake up and just think that it's about time to retire from adventuring with all their ill-gotten gains. After all, you're quite well off. And then you settle down, you have kids. 20 years later, I start feeding those kids longevity potions, and we repeat the process, just like I did with your father. After all, as I said, he doesn't even recognize his own son.
Another intelligence check.
Yep, you get 2 more. So Bonmond. All right, you break free. So Bonmond, here's the good news. You just had the earth-shattering reality told to you that your grandfather is your father. Yeah. You've been doing this for the last 20 or so years. You were born during the 50th festival, and it should be the 75th for your birthday area. But you've been fed longevity potions and more. So you've lived an extra 25 years, that some of which are muddled together because, you've been killed over and over again. And she's eaten you over and over again for the last 50 years. Well, actually, the last 25 years. But yeah, as you're realizing that, that's a bit disconcerting. And more.
Oh yeah, that it is. That it is.
Yeah. But you have an action. What are you going to do?
Question: how far away am I from her? Am I at least 30 feet?
You're in melee. You're in melee.
Oh, so I'm basically like within 5 feet from her.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
All right. What I'm going to do is 2 things. First, let's see. Let me just check how the order I need to do this is. That is a.
Are you going to run?
Let's see. I'm thinking this is a. It is a bonus action. Okay. This is gonna be insane, probably suicidal. They'll probably end with me death. I could either fight her or run away, but do I fight or run? Do I fight or run? I'm guessing if I try to run, she'll get some attack of opportunity on me. But
Probably not. She's too busy right now. Plus, I'll say you'll surprise her when you run, so she won't get an opportunity attack.
okay, trying to remember if you can do this in 5e. Are you able to sacrifice like your attack option for another run? So like double charge?
Yes.
Okay. I am 100 feet away. Bye.
You gonna grab Theodora
Yes,
with your
I
bonus
am.
action?
Bonus action, I'm grabbing
Okay.
Theodora. Sorry.
Yep. So you're 100 feet away.
Sadly, I can't close the door behind me, unfortunately.
This is true. She's gonna laugh in your head because she can telepathically speak to you. She can telepathically speak to you at 120 feet, plus more because of other things. Don't worry, you can run.
Okay. Alright. I go right to the area where the pittance and climbing gear is. I basically do what I can to secure her.
Climb back up. It's pretty easy to climb up.
I'm up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know this is not how the work goes, but fuck, shit, spare the dying. She's probably dead, so it doesn't work. But he's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, no, Theodora's fine. She already used Spare the Dying on Theodora.
Okay, so she's at 0. Okay.
Yeah, she basically wanted to save her teasing you and then eating that information to see what it would be like.
There she goes.
You ran.
Boom.
Yep. So yeah, you have a semi-conscious wizard on your back, confused, tired, and you're like, she was already semi-conscious from the Spare the Dying, so she was vaguely aware of what happened.
Okay.
And she just oh god, all this was real, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh god,
We got a problem.
we got a bigger
Over.
problem than that. No, you're not realizing something.
Yeah. We have a crazy illithid coming after us. Yeah, it's already a big problem as it is. Unless there's somehow more.
One that looks like a person that's dead as far as everybody is concerned. Meaning it has the ability to change its appearance.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that it knows where we are probably means it has some sort of clairvoyance over the town. Meaning we have to leave.
Yeah.
If we go back to the town, hell, there's a chance that the spell could re-trigger on us, and then we're back at square one.
Which is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. Once we get out of the cave, you're staying on my back, and we are just going. We are moving, and we are not stopping. We are not stopping until we are as far away from this place as possible. If it brings us to the water, we'll find a boat and go across the sea. I still have... do I have my coin pouch on me? I
Yep.
still have...
And you have and you have well over 800 platinum plus, another 2 years worth of gold and other
I
stuff.
have over 800... I have 815... I have over 800 platinum. That could easily get us short travel across the continent. And across the ocean. Unless... Look, you're more magically inclined than me. If she has some kind of clairvoyance spell, or some kind of, like scrying spell or something, how far can that extend?
Considering she's probably using it on the town, it's probably more localized, so we got the ability to get away.
Alright. Alright, stay on my back, because I'm faster than you, and so we are charging. We are going as far away from the town as possible.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, let's go.
And mentally, he's going, I am sorry, Bolt. I could not save you. But I had to make a choice at who I could save.
Da, 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 da.
And so, Bon Mod travels off into the sunset with Theodora on his back.
Yep. And that's how you live.
Yep.
Yay! And thus the story concludes. And thus, when the townsfolk will wake up, there'll be the great story about how a centaur murdered Roland.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Hey, it's okay. You know, that's what the people are going to say.
Meanwhile, I'm going to take full advantage of all my money and go as far away to the other side of the planet as possible.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but hey, you lived, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And thus, everything is good.
Alrighty then.
Da, 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 you lived.
Yep.
I died.
Yes, but you died as you lived.
Yeah.
A food source. Yeah. Yay, fucked up one-shot concept.